Okay, in this video, we are going to consume our API and implement CRUD using a Blazor WebAssembly and .NET 9. Let's take a look a bit in here. In here, for the UI, I'm using a Radzen. And as you can see, the button is using a Radzen and some component using a basic Blazor component. So we can show the data, create a new menu using a side dialog in here. Let's test, yeah, pizza, burgers maybe, delicious also. The price is $5 and category is food sample. Submit, and then menu created successfully, and we can see the data automatically showing in here. And also we're able to delete or edit. Let's edit first lah. Edit, change the price to pizza too much, $10. Submit, menu updated successfully, and of course delete. Let's delete this one, and there is a confirmation using a Radzen dialog. Are you sure want to delete? Yes, and delete it. Nice. Okay, let's start building this application. In previous video, we already creating an API with CRUD functionality and also using a dapper. If you're not having this yet, you can see on description below. I put the link in there to build this API. And for the front end, we are going to have a Blazor WebAssembly. Before we start building the front end, let's configure a course in our API. Go to the Solution Explorer and then program.cs in here. And then course basically like making a rule who website able to access our API or our server in here. And then we can also configure only example. Our front end is only able to raise and get requests to our API or only post requests or something like that. So we can make a rule in here. Okay, let's create a builder services add course in here and then make an option and then in here add policy. Okay, we will have a policy for a web Blazor WebAssembly WASM. And then make a role in here, builder maybe, builder with origins. Later we put our origin in here. Origin is our front end DNS or IP or how we host our front end. Later we will got it. Or if you don't want specific front end, you can also allow, where is it, any origin so everyone can access our API. Maybe in this case we are only our origin, this is, and then we will allow any header. This is our, we will enabling any header, like example we want to have authorization header or what a content type header. We allow any header when the user accessing our API, and then allow any, where is it, allow any method. In this case the user or the front end we will able to using a put, get, what is it again? Put, get, pause, delete. Okay, and we enable it all and close it. And in here we only creating a policy. We need to use that also, and we will able to use that in here. Just calling application use course. Okay, and put the course name. And to prevent typo in here, I copy and paste in here. Okay, the remaining is we only need to put our Blazor WebAssembly server in here. But later after we complete or creating a front end. And for now, configure the API is complete. We can close all of it. I think this one, yeah, also this one. Let's create a new project, add new project. And then search for Blazor WebAssembly. This one, standalone application. And then Blazor WASM maybe. Next, I'm using maybe .NET 9 and keep the other like this. Include sample pages. Okay, create. And now it's complete. We can see our local host endpoint in here. I'm going to use a HTTPS, so I will use this one. to hosting our Blazor WebAssembly, maybe you have a different port in here. So I copy in here, I will put under course in here. So later our front end able to access our API. On you may be a bit different, so yeah, make sure you follow what you use in yours. And the next thing, I will use the Radzen for our front end helper. And let's install it. Where is it? Nugget package. Radzen. Oh, Radzen. Install it. Latest version is 7.1.5. And then how you will install the Radzen in Blazor WebAssembly? Basically, you're able to access from the Radzen website in here. And go to the WebAssembly standalone section. Yeah, basically I just following through this tutorial. So let's do this. Okay, first we will going to put this under import.razor. Okay, we put under import. Okay, the installation is complete. Go to the Solution Explorer, import Razor, and then paste here. And then set theme in our main layout.razor. Okay, I copy here. Go to the layout, main layout. And then in here, I put head content. And for the theme, I want to use a standard. And also, I don't want to have this. Maybe cut the body and then make a container instead. Container. And then put here. So I don't want to use default Blazor template. And let's see, include Radzen Blazor JS. Okay, we insert under index.html. Okay, I copy this one back to here. Go to the index.html in under www root. I copy under Blazor WebAssembly in here. And then let's see, oh, this one uses any Razor component. Okay, this is complete basically, but right now I want also to use a dialog, notification, and any other component. So I need to put this also in main layout. I copy here, main layout, where is it? Okay, I put both this one. And then let's see again, the last we will include this under program.cs. Okay. Program.cs. Okay, in here let's put maybe this one. Oh, we need to include a Radzen maybe. Okay, using a Radzen. And now the installation of Radzen is complete. Okay, I can close all of it, maybe other tabs. Okay, and then let's modify our HTTP client. So the base address is our API address. And how to get our API address, basically on the, where is it, properties, launch setting, and here is it. I'm using HTTPS, so we take this one, the first one, and then copy on here. By this, every time we create a new HTTP client, the base address is our API. And the next thing, we are going to have a model in here. We close it, or not need, no need, close it. Let's make a new folder, models, only one model actually. This is a menu, where is it? Maybe I just drag and drop in here, it will be duplicate. Okay, good. And then we need to modify this one, Blazor WebAssembly, and then models. Okay, that's it. So we need to store this model also in our Blazor WebAssembly in case we want to separate the project between a CRUD API and WebAssembly later. I mean separate the solution, yeah. In this case, we are one solution, so basically we are able to access this CRUD API diaper also. It's possible, but I don't want to do that. I want to create our own model in Blazor WebAssembly. And now let's creating a UI to showing the data. Let's make close it all, maybe close it all, and then go to the pages home. we are going to use home in here. Clear all of it. We are going to using a Blazor WebAssembly models, and then we will inject HTTP client, and then we are going to show our data using a Radzen data grid in here. Maybe I put either CRUD with Blazor WebAssembly and a .NET 9, maybe .NET 9, and then let's make a padding top in here, PT2 maybe, or 5. Let's make a div in here. This is for our data grid later, but first I want to define our models first. Private list of a menu, maybe no label menu, and then menus is a new, and we will create a method to load menu from API. So private asynchronous task load menus here, and then just a menus is come from the await HTTP client in here, get from JSON asynchronous, and then we will getting the list of, where is it, list of menu, and then the endpoint is a, where is it, or API, yeah, our API endpoint / API / menu, but our base address is already our API, if you remember in program.cs. Okay, in here, so the remaining is only a / and then API and menu. So we need to put a /API /menu, or I think no need also even, like this is okay too. Close it. So yeah, basically just this. So we'll fetch all the list of menu from API to this variable, and then we're going to show it using a Radzen data grid. Radzen, where is it? Radzen data grid, okay. And then for the data we get from a menus, and then item type, where is it? The item type of item is a menu in here, and then let's make a width of this width to be 200 pixel. Close it, and then we define the column we are going to show in our grid. Columns, Radzen data grid, column, the item, menu. The property is going to name. The title is name also, and close it. And maybe I duplicate it, duplicate. This one is a description. Title is description also. This one is price. Maybe for price we have additional formatting in here. This should be a currency. So how we do that? We just insert a type in here to be like this. By this, the price will be formatting as a currency. And then the last is a category and category. This is how we define the data grid. And then before that, I need to have on initialize asynchronous to call these load menus when we first time open these pages. Await load menus. Okay. So every time we open the page, we will automatically calling these load menus, and then we put the value from the API into our model in here, and then show it on our Radzen data grid. And let's see if it works. Before that, this one we need to modify. So we need to run both API and the front end. Where is it? Not this one. Right, set startup project. Okay, configure startup project. And in this case, we will run multiple. We will run this both Blazor WebAssembly and Dapper. Okay, maybe rename it as a run. Apply. Okay. Okay. Run. Start. Okay, as you can see, we are able to showing the data from our API successfully. In this case, this only one data. Good. And then special for price, we can see the format is currency. Even when we store in our DB, it's only 12 in here. But this is format automatically to be currency. And then next, we are going to have a create function. Okay, so close it. Okay, next let's have a create button. I want to close of it. Close other tabs and then make button above the grid in here. Radzen button. And then on click we are going to have a method to create. This one is not having yet. Maybe create first. Private asynchronous task create. Okay, just keep it empty. And then for the icon, we will have a add icon in here. And then text is a create new menu. For the button style is a primary maybe. Okay. And then let's make a class in here to margin bottom to 2. Okay, is it okay? Maybe minimize like this. Okay, this can be close. Okay, good. Okay, the button is have in here, and then for create, we are going to show a dialog on the right side of our page. And in this case, we will have another page for that. So let's having a, where is it? A new Radzen component, manage menu dialog. Okay, and here same, we are going to use the model. Using Blazor WebAssembly models, and then we will inject the dialog service. This is from Radzen dialog service, and then inject also the notification service. We are going to use it. Also, of course, a HTTP client, because we are going to calling the create and edit later in our API. HTTP client. HTTP client. And in here, let's make a form for our menu. This is an edit form. And then for the model, we are going to use menu. Yeah, only one menu we have. And on submit, we are going to call submit later. I create the feature. And then let's make a method first, code public menu. This is our model, get set, and then private asynchronous task submit to submit our data. And to make this video fast, I think this is just simple form, so you can just follow this. This is basically creating a label, and the input text is from Blazor, the built-in Blazor feature. And then the bin value in here, we will take a model menu and then take the property name, property description. We are going to use text area, and then price we are going to use a number. This is all of Blazor component, except for the button. I'm using a Radzen button. And then this is button to submit. So yeah, it will call the submit in here, but not call directly because the button type is submit. And then it will trigger the submit function in here. And then this is button to close the dialog. And then when it click, it will call the dialog service and then the close site of dialog. We are going to using a site dialog, so the function we call is a close site. And that's it from the UI. And then let's implement the function in here. Var result await HTTP client dot post as JSON asynchronous in here API/menu, and then we include the menu as a JSON in here. Because if you remember in our API controller menu, in here when we create post, we are required to put a menu in here. Okay, close it. Menu, not this one, this one. The result will be HTTP code. So let's see if a result is success status code. If it's success, we are notification service, notify, and then let's make a notification success in here. And then success, menu created successfully. And then if success, we close the dialog service. Same we have here, close site. And then let's make a true in here. There is a value we can fetch later. So later if we get the true when the closing the dialog, we will refresh the home page so it show the news data. And then else, okay, we are showing the notification service again, notify, and in this case there is a error. Where is it? Error, filet, and then filet creating menu. If filet, we're not closing the UI. Maybe we want to modify something. The dialog menu is complete for creating, and back to home. Let's modify this code, and then the result is await dialog service. Oh, we're not calling this yet. Okay, yeah, we need to inject first. Inject dialog service, and then later we can call in here dialog service open, should be open site, and then our menu is a manage menu dialog in here. And then what is it? The title is a create menu, and then the options in here is a new site dialog options, not this one. Position is a, what is it? I want to show in the right, so we put like this. Close it. Where is it? Error. Oh, this should be open site asynchronous. This one, because you're using a await. And then if the result is true, then we call the load menus. If true, then the create is successfully. If you remember in here, if there is a not true like this, we cancel the creating, so we're not doing any refresh. And let's try. And there is an error. What is it? Edit form require a parameter. Let's close it. And then let's see this one. Oh, we should define this. Cannot empty. Just a new menu in here. Okay. And let's try again. Create new menu. Okay, good. Now success. Let's try, yeah. Name is pizza. Description is delicious. Price is $10. Category is a food. And submit. Menu created successfully, and the page is refreshed. Nice. Now we are able to create the data. The next thing we are going to edit. We are able to edit this field, and then showing also the same site dialog in here to edit. And let's try. And let's have a button to edit the data in here. I will put the Radzen data grid column again. And then the width is 160 maybe. And then put the title as actions. The T should be capital. Okay. Action. And in this case, we are going to have a template context. Wait. Okay. Wait, how to template? Okay. And the later we are able to get ID from this data. Data is come from the each row value of this data grid. Radzen button style. Button style is maybe warning, and then for the icon is edit, and when it click, we are going to call the update data. In here we include the ID. Oh, we cannot. Maybe we create the menu first. Too many red in here. Private asynchronous task edit. Okay, and let's see if it will be fix the issue. Oh no, yeah. Maybe let's see. Text. No. Close it. Put this. And text is maybe edit and close it. And let's see. The name update is not exist. I put what? Edit, of course. Okay, let's see what error again. Don't overload update take one argument. Oh, come on. Integer ID. And yeah, nice. Okay. And then maybe create another to delete. And I duplicate it. And then call delete. And then this one is error danger. Okay, danger. And the icon is a delete. Okay, clean up a bit. Okay, good. Now let's modify our dialog a moment, because it will supporting editing and creating. We need to have a small enhancement in here. Let's have a parameter and ID in here, and this is a nullable. So if it's null, it will indicate this is a create, and then if there is an ID, we will proceed to do a updating. And then if on initialize, override first, on initialize asynchronous, and then if ID is hash value, we are going to get the data of this menu by ID and showing to the text box. Menu is come from await HTTP client get from JSON asynchronous is a menu, and then API slash menu slash ID. We get a menu by ID. Where is it ID? Okay, this one. Close it. Okay, yeah, it can be null because this one will be nullable. Maybe like this, result. If result is not null, we trigger a set menu as a result. Okay, then if a result is null, maybe you saw a notification. Yeah, so maybe just show in here. We show an error, violate finding ending menu by ID, this one. Okay, good. And then we need to modify the method of submit also. So let's check, yeah, if ID has value, then we do editing, else we do creating. Okay, like this. So for editing, maybe can I just paste here, and then put, yeah, maybe put as JSON asynchronous. We should put exactly same like this, just different HTTP code, and then modify the message. Menu updated successfully, violate updating menu. Okay, fast changes. Nice. Okay, basically it's okay in here. And now let's modify the update function in here. So copy, paste here. Okay, let's see. This is a update menu. the difference in here, we put a parameter, parameters, a new dictionary, okay, automatic. And then this one should be ID. It's come from, where is it? ID. Is it correct? Okay, yeah, correct. I don't need just comma. Okay, so we have a parameter. Where is it? Manage menu dialog. Manage menu dialog. Okay, basically what it's do is we putting the ID value into this parameter. ID from here we put to the ID in here, and then we will check later. If this is having a value, then this is a edit function, and if creating, we're not putting any ID in here. So this is indicate that this is a creating function. And let's see, the others should be same. Let's try. I hope there is no issue. Okay, moment of truth. Let's try violet finding menu too. Oh, but this is okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. There is small modification needed. So yeah, if result, maybe it should be else in here. Okay, like this. So if result is not null, we assign this property from the API. And then if result is null, we're showing an error. And let's try again. Edit. Okay, good. Let's modify the price to $150. Okay, submit, and good. Menu updated successfully, and the price is changed automatically. Nice. The last function we are going to have is a delete. With this one, edit. Okay, let's close, and then home. This should be delete. Okay, I'm too lazy. That's only copy paste. Delete. And let's update the delete function in here. And then first I want to have a confirmation alert. So like are you sure want to delete this data? Var is confirm with dialog service confirm. Are you sure want to delete this menu? And then what is it? The title is a warning. We have a confirm option in here. Let's modify the text. Yeah, okay, button text. What is it? Okay, button text. Oh yeah, this one. So okay is yes, small yes. Cancel button text is a no. Okay, we clean up a bit, and then if user is confirmed, actually we proceed, but if is confirmed is null or is confirmed is a false, then we return. We're not doing anything. But if we proceed to delete, okay, we can just delete. Okay, lazy moment, put here, and then we should inject the notification service, duplicate notification service, and then let's see, this should be a delete. Where is it? HTTP client delete asynchronous API / menu / ID. We put the ID in here. So we are going to call the delete function from API, and then if success, menu deleted successfully, and then there is no dialog in here, but we are going to call the load menus. Okay. When the item is deleted, we will refresh the table by calling the load menus again, and then if deleting is valid, then valid deleting menu. Alright, fast. Let's start. Let's hoping there's no error. Oh, the table seems to, oh, okay, maybe I zoom out a bit. Okay, like this, and then delete. Let's see. Okay, are you sure want to delete this menu? Of course I want to delete. Yes, menu deleted, and it's gone forever. Nice. Now the function is all complete. Thank you for you if you're watching until now. And then if you have any issue, you can email me or put under comment. I try if I can help you. And if you want to download the source code, there is a link on description also to supporting me. But basically you can follow this tutorial for free to creating from the beginning. And that's it. Thank you everyone.